What's up, y'all? Coach Bobby here. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm out here in beautiful Gilroy, California. More importantly, I'm out here at a football field. My mentor, my speaking mentor, the guy who believed in me, the guy who made me believe I could do this speaking thing, Bo Eason. What's up, Bo? If you're watching, once told his students, or continues to tell his students, that if you want to be great at your craft, you must almost always be doing one of three things. One of three things: performing, practicing, or recovering from performing. So again, performing, that's playing, that's working, that's performing if you're an artist. My daughter's in the background doing her sprints. And then you have practicing for those performances, rehearsing, working out, going to your football or basketball practice. And then you have recovery, which is getting your body ready so that you can do the best of your ability in one of those two first areas, right? Performing or practicing. So I want to explain to you guys and break down kind of what that means to people who don't get it, which is most of the world. All right, so I'm out here at my football field. My daughter's back there doing sprints. What up, Jack? Say what's up. My daughter's doing sprints. My team that I coach is out there doing work on their own. Some guys are doing throwing and catching. Some guys are doing speed work with the parachute. Some guys are doing lineman work. Some linemen are out here, and they're out here. And they've been out here, some of them, since 10:30. It's a Friday. We do open gym, open weight room on Fridays. So it's more of a relaxed environment. I don't yell at them. I give them a workout. They do it at their own pace. It's meant more for bonding. It's meant for more for them to be accountable to each other and themselves. So that was around 10:30. Well, that was 11. Before that, some of the DBs came out here and did backpedal work, and our quarterback threw to them. And now, after our workout, they came back out here to do some routes and throw some balls. So they are doing what I call practice, because it is outside of performance. Now, many people consider when they're working at their craft in a structured or mandated environment, they will call that practice. I don't always call that practice. For example, when we have football practice during the week, every team does that. And many times you're so tired that you're not doing great repetitions, right? You're doing things that you've done already, and you're going through the motions because you're tired or your mind is elsewhere. So many times what we call practice is actually kind of performing. We're actually trying to do the things that we already do, right, in a practice setting. So to me, practice is when you are doing extra, when you are working on your skills and your abilities in an environment that nobody made you go to, that was not mandated, right? So that's part one of it. Part two of that is you are working on things that are needed in your craft but not practiced in your craft. I'll say it again. My definition of a good portion of practice is when you're doing things that are needed in your craft but not practiced in your craft. For example, if you're a football player, you must get bigger and stronger. For the most part, we don't do anything on speed development or strength development in practice. So you must do that elsewhere, right? You must be flexible. We don't do hardly any stretching outside of the beginning of practice in practice. So you must do your stretching outside of practice. You must do your visualization. You must do your mindset coaching. All those things are imperative to being a good football player or basketball player, but they are not part of practice. I want to be a speaker and a greatness coach. And so I know that practicing that in the literal sense means doing these things, means working on my A, B, C, D, E, F, G articulation, right? But for me, it also means working out. It means lifting weights. It means working on my visual aesthetics, my visual brand, so that I can create a uniqueness to who I am as a speaker. So I must do that. That's my practice. That's my practice. Now I still do my speaking stuff, but like this is performing. Even though I'm not getting paid for this, even though this is helping me get ready for paid engagements and paid speaking gigs, this is practice. This is practice. Maybe. Right? More practice is, again, me working out, me listening to other speakers, me doing things that put me in a good headspace mentally, feeling good about who I am, right? So that's practice. And so performance is what it is. You know, I'm speaking at an event, or I'm playing a football game, or I'm performing the violin at a concert. That's performing. Practicing is twofold. Some of it is mandated. I don't consider that the bulk of it. The bulk of it is doing things on your own that nobody's making you do. And then recovery. Most of us don't take that part seriously. And in physical endeavors, like sports, we understand it to a better degree, right? Get your sleep, ice your muscles, make sure you stretch, make sure you eat your protein. We all know that, right? In the physical world. In the mental world, right, or in the professional world, it's as important to do those things, right? To get your rest physically, get your 8 hours of rest, at least 7. You know, eat good foods that nourish the body, fruits and vegetables, stay hydrated, all those things. But what we don't do is we don't have rest discipline, right? We don't have rest discipline. That means we don't allow ourselves the mental breaks needed to be great. And so most endeavors, we fail to understand how important it is to have our mindset mentally focused and mentally strong. Extremely important. Extremely important. So when you go home, Coach Bobby, and you watch football, or you watch basketball, or you get on social media, that is not rest. When you're a kid and you're laying in bed and you should be sleeping, or you should be eating, or you should be visualizing, or you should be watching, you know, some things that make you motivated, and you're not, and you're on social media, you are not resting. So it requires maybe more discipline to make yourself do the things that get your mind and spirit in a good place. That may be harder to do than anything. It may be more important to do than anything. So I want you guys to really focus on having rest discipline. When you need to sleep, go to sleep. When you need to close your eyes, close your eyes. When you need to focus on things that make you feel good about your future, about your current, about your past, you must do those things. Audio books, motivational tapes, motivational videos, good conversations, all those things. So that's a good framework for you guys to understand, right? Now there are things we do that are not in those 3 buckets, right? You might have a dream of playing sports, but you go to school every day. You might have a dream of starting your own business, but currently you have a job. So those hours, you're not performing at your craft, you're not practicing, and you're not recovering. I get that. But outside of that, whatever you have control over in your craft, make sure you're mandating those 3 components, right? Perform well. That's possible when you practice well, and that's possible when you recover well. All right, guys, so I hope that was helpful to you guys. Love you guys as always. Shout out to Bo Eason for that knowledge that I still try to adhere to. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, y'all. Love you. Bye-bye.